we're gonna do a little bit of Gallo. Do a focus on a planeswalker here. See who we're gonna do. Who are you? Kind of want to. I think we're gonna do a little bit of a focus on the young Gideon. How about that? Does that work for you guys? Works for me. Let's take a look at him, okay? Go ahead and start off with his powers. He's got a 4/4 Hospit token with haste and vigilant. It only comes out for one round. You've got the recruit for 9 mana that you can get out. Summon 4 2/2 Night Alloy tokens. It's much like I can't remember his name right now, but it's basically an 8/8 creature and it stays for 9 mana. It's a good deal. And his mana bonuses are at the bottom. +2/+2/+2 and even straight. You can't beat it. I mean, he's pretty good dude. Okay. See how I've stacked up on his deck. Let's see. So you have one of my staples, Brawler Plate, Anointer of Champions, Knightly Valor, which is a very awesome card because it does a plus enchantment, and it also will create a creature. So I'm sure you'll see that. I've got the heavy guys. I've got a flyer. I've got the encircling fissure, which has one I often use. This cloak right there is pretty nice. It's and it stays. It's a 2/2 plus to your creature, and it'll stay. It doesn't go away after one round. And then I've got the allied reinforcements, which White Knight Alloy, 2/2/2s. So it's going to be a 4/4 total White Knight creature. That's definitely a stack on that because if you recall, when we were looking at his, he creates White Knights. So you can get some White Knights out real quick in high numbers. So that's a little bitty stack that I have within him. But let's go ahead and get on into it. Hope everybody's doing good today. And let's go with this. I don't know what I'm saying. The silver. If you guys have any requests or questions or anything, you can feel free. I'll try to get to your questions and answer them as best as I can, or at least try to research it or try to find out the answer for you. If you have any advice or anything you want to share with me or anybody else, feel free to comment. It's about sharing and kind of growing, and so our strategy for this particular game, and interacting. So the white node. Alright. Ooh, I like him. He's one of my favorite characters. Alright, so just a double stack. Same thing as the older Gideon. So, right there out the door. Extra swap. I'm going to the swap meet, son. Swap. Look at that, everything out at one time. Bam. I said if I was to get everything out at one time, and let's go ahead and do it, because I ain't playing, man. I ain't playing with you. But reckon I'm playing, I ain't playing with you. Let's see here. Yeah, let's play it safe. Let's get So it enhances the first card, and if it'll create a creature on your second. Now, if you have a blank, if you don't have any creatures or anything out, it'll create and enhance that knight right there. So it's a pretty cool little deal. And I ain't trying to mess up my enhancement, but I will try to go ahead and get some more white knights out in my next round. Man. And that's the second one with the white knights. So now look at all that. What? That's crazy, right? Not so much. That's the way we stack our decks. Stack our decks. Should I? Oh, I might as well, Dang. In about 2 more rounds, it's going to go double damage. that, that seems a little unfair, I guess. I don't know. But, I mean, it is fairly random. It is pretty balanced game. I mean, I don't try to go overboard too much with my my decks. And also try to interchange the cards so I can level each card up to raise its attributes and also my levels and my. So it is an always ever-changing game, and you can do different things. You can have different themes for your deck. It's really I love this game. It's really great. I love it. It's a strategy. Does it take long to throw down on a match? You got 10 or 15 minutes. Throw down on a match. I mean, if you really want to dive deep into it, if you have that extra time, like I don't really have that kind of time, but if you do have that kind of time, I mean, you can have a coalition. I have a coalition. I just did it. I don't know. I love the game and I want to see what it's all about, and I'll make a video on that at some point. I'd like to try to go over basic strategies and just kind of give you overall things on each planeswalker that I have, and then I'll get to something like that. I think this is a little bit more advanced, and like, I mean, really, it's not. It's just basically you have your own group, basically. But if your group can get a little testy with you, and it sucks when your players start getting better than you because you just ain't got that kind of time, no more. Let's see here. It's very rare that I actually go for their suggestions because more often than not, it really has a tendency to set the other opponent up very well. Well, usually with their matching colors and stuff. So, all right, man, this is kind of. I mean, this is like dwindling on, and I've already, I'm won. So what's the point of this right here? It is none. So I'll just make it even worse. I mean, hopefully you enjoyed that. You got to see a little bit of utilization there within his mana powers and a card. And that's one of the things that you can look. I always look for is look at the cards, look at their abilities. You want something that will complement it, has similar or same kind of words. And he wasn't really maxed out as far as like, being advantageously where you're just going to slaughter somebody. I've gotten busted out with him before, and just, a lot of it is all random, and, sometimes it's the way the cards lay. But hopefully you enjoyed this little bitty installment. I'll get some more going for you. I've got, I think you saw some of the other ones that I had. I'm probably going to cut this off here. So if you want to go ahead and stop, this is just going to be like extra bonus stuff towards the end. Like bonus reel or whatever. You get to watch it like loading time and all that. So, but we'll go ahead and take a look if you're interested at this point to kind of see a little bit of breaking in on the Planeswalkers. So I just got this line guy up here, the one on the upper left with 55 hit points. I just obtained him the other day. I have various different level ranges. Once I get into the 50s and stuff, I'm kind of eased back because it's very costly to continue doing that, and I'll start off with another one. But I've got quite a few of them, and this is kind of variety and options that Wizards of the Coast and the producers of this game have laid out for you. So it keeps things interesting. It keeps things, strategic in a lot of ways too. Some of them are two colors. It's like you can tell with this guy, he's got black and white at the very top there. So and you can quickly notice it from their profile or their avatar picture from the background. So the upper left is going to be blue, and the upper right is blue on the left hand of her avatar and green on the right hand of her avatar. So she's utilizes both color spectrums. So, and um, I thought I've been playing this game for a very long time, and whenever I first started out, there was only really three players. It was Liliana, Gideon, Chandra, Jace, and I think that was it. Just one color, one each player for a color, or one planeswalker per color, and so they were all solid. And then they came out with all these decks, which because whenever you only had, they just did a new update too, so a lot of the stuff is new to me. But back in the day, you know, you didn't have choices to select between different decks. It was one deck. If you wanted to change it, you had to go and manually do it each time. But one thing that this affords, having different characters, especially multiple of the same colors, you have the chance to utilize a theme deck and kind of because each series has their own unique, like, the transforming abilities, and so you can really, and I suggest you do that. I don't suggest you just start throwing cards together because you like the picture or because you think that it's a powerful creature. I would definitely, my suggestion, if you're starting out, is to stick with the same set. And what I mean by set is, if you're unfamiliar, is let's go with activity habit. I think that's what habit, or I know what the hell. Okay, so you have Origins, Kaladesh, Shadows over Instead Block. All of these are different sets. So, and they each have a symbol. Okay, and I'll show you where the symbol is. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do that next time. I'm gonna break this down in like a real hard intro for beginners. So, if you've been a player for a long time and you're just kind of catching the extra stuff, I appreciate you listening to this far. And if you're new to this game, I'll keep coming out with some videos to try to enhance your playing experience and help you out with some strategies, and hopefully, you'll come to enjoy the game as much as I do. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Not a problem, dude. But I'll go ahead and stop it off there. I think if I expand that, okay, see that the pink symbol right there in the Kaladesh? Okay, that's the symbol that's on each card. So you want all the symbols to match for the most part, especially if you're starting out, so you don't get confused, because each abilities can get kind of confusing when you very first start out. So it's better to just kind of clump a series together. And I mean, it takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's just like, it's chess. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Once you get it, and hopefully I can assist you if you have any questions, because this is a great game. It's a great thought game. I mean, it is random. It is a match 3, but there is strategy. Okay, but you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys next time.